outside of Lumen Field in the Soto District of Seattle. Tonight, a good one in the NFC. It's the Chicago Bears and the Seattle Seahawks.
Welcome, your 2026 Seattle Seahawks. Jason Myers.
Mike Tirico alongside Greg Olson, and Jason Myers has us set to get started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So here come the Bears and their quarterback for the second straight year. The #1 pick in the 2024 draft, it's Caleb Williams.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year 2. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year 2, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year 2 is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Bear on the field. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Thrown quickly, and more on the RPO. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at their 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 6. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
7-yard gain.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Here's a give left side. This is Swift. And the D closes quickly. He stopped after a gain of a yard. Reek Woolen brings him down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Swift. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. And it sets up 3rd down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
On 3rd and 2, it's Williams. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
And he's going to have the Bears first down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive.
First down.
Sometimes it's just the obvious decision that's the correct one. I mean, the offensive line and their ability to win at the point of attack All you need is one guy to displace the defender and just move him, and that's exactly where the play is designed to go. So you earn the trust to keep the ball on the ground in these gotta-have-it moments, and they come through.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
2nd and 10. They're going to run. It's the man from Rutgers, Kyle Monunga. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Play 10 of this opening drive. And here's 3rd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
It's a gain.
They get an even 20 on that one. Good for a Bears first down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
And he'll be taken down. We have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up 1st and goal.
Monungai will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown.
And Greg, that is the way you love to start one of those games. Get off the bus, get on the field, get in the end zone. The road team with the first 6 of this one.
And you can just see, Mike, it takes a lot of the air out of the stadium. And this crowd, they're fired up, start of the game, trying to make their presence felt. And the opposing team goes all the way down for an opening drive touchdown. That's an ideal way to start when you find yourself on the road.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. He knocks it through, and the Bears will take a 7-0 lead.
Bears 7, Seahawks nothing.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Seahawks come out, and they are led by a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. From USC, he's bounced around for his first 7 seasons. This is 5th different franchise as he starts year 8 in the NFL. And Greg, it's year 1 with the Seahawks.
And after studying this quarterback, Mike, I really like the way he carries himself. He really takes accountability. Every time there's something that goes wrong, he puts it on his shoulders. And every time there's success, he's always the first one to give it to everybody else. That's the kind of leadership role you're looking for out of this position, and I think this guy's a great example of it.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 7. Once again, it's Walker. He'll try to push forward and wind up getting 3 yards with that one. T.J. Edwards there on the stop.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He'll try to run for it. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on third down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the first down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
Darnold now on 1st and 10. Complete to the forward Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
He lets one go. Looking for Shaheed. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
On 2nd down, it's Darnold. This one not quite on target. Got him too much, and that one falls incomplete. Jackson Smith-Njigba, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Darnold to throw again. And deep for the back of the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. And it's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So Myers back out there, had the field goal a moment ago, now set to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bears offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They'll do so with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, you're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
That's good for a Bears.
20 yards on that pass play. First down, Chicago.
49-yard line.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And he'll be out of bounds here, and it's only a gain of a yard.
Out of bounds just past midfield.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 8. They'll run out of the gun. It is Swift. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
And the Bears, first down. First and 10 at the
really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 8-yard line. A big-time play for the Bears. 31 yards.
At the 8-yard line.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space. And, man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up first and goal.
They'll put Loveland in motion. They'll run with Swift. And he will get into the end zone. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Bears. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
On is Santos for the PAT. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. We'll go ahead and just seed the touchback here. This ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35. The Seahawks offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him. Loss of 5 to start the drive.
It's first down. You got to get the ball out of your hands. I understand trying to take a shot. I love it on early downs. But once it's not there and that protection starts to break down, it's either check down or throwaway. You don't want to be in 2nd and long.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. 22 yards, the pickup there. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
That's good for a Seahawks.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd.
So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Bears off to the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Seahawks football beginning this second quarter, 2nd and 11, as we are ready to get back underway. Very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. Got it with Smith and Jigba. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick, because that ball is coming out.
And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Now, Darnold. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
It's now third down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
On third and long, here's Darnold. That's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
And this is a great example of what can happen when you play complementary football. The back end holds up nicely in coverage, and then that front seven is able to wreak havoc and put an end to this play.
So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This officially a 58-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Seahawks cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So Myers back out there. Had the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Here comes 2nd and 4. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Julian Love, the former Notre Dame star, with the good coverage, and he's able to knock that one away.
Yeah, I think he got away with one there, Mike. I thought with the way the defender had him covered, I was actually surprised he didn't move off to his next progression. He threw that into some really tight coverage, and he's lucky that ball wasn't picked.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Williams. The pressure too much, and he goes down.
And there was nothing exotic about that. I mean, they were just able to generate pressure without having to bring an extra rusher, and this offense now finds themselves staring at 4th down as a result.
On fourth down, here's Torrey Taylor to punt for Chicago. Rashid Shaheed back to return this one. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Tremaine Edmonds there to make the play.
Up 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Montez Sweat in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's 3rd down.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Darnold to throw. Out wide. It's a screen to Cup. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Peeling forward for maybe a yard. Derek Hall there to bring him down.
The tackle by Derek Hall. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Williams. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Screen works to perfection. Give him 18 yards and move the chains. 1st down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
They will run it over center with Swift. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
10 more yards.
Give them 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike, and they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
A play fake. Now Williams. Lovely. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Seahawks scoop it up. One of those exciting moments in a football game. There is a turnover and a fumble, and all of a sudden the guys who were on defense, they're starting to think like offensive players, Greg. They really wanted to take that back the other way.
And I think for that offense, they're fortunate that didn't lead to a touchdown, because for a minute, I thought the defender was going to take it all the way back, but either way, winds up with a pretty nice return, and his offense is in great position.
The Seahawks offense ready to take over possession of the football. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay, so they might be taking a look at this one.
Previous play is under review.
At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. 21 is the line to gain as we hit 3rd down. To throw, it's Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
And the hook up there to Odunze. And he'll indeed pick up a Bears 1st down. That'll wind up a gain of 11 on 4th down.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
Throwing again, Williams. That's to the end zone where it's incomplete. What a job in coverage, muscling that one free. It'll be 2nd down now.
It's now 2nd and
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw it again, it's Williams. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And it'll be 3rd down.
And with nothing open, he might have been better off just trying to see if he can make something happen with his legs, but with the way this defense is flying around, I'm not sure there was a play to be made either way.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot, and now it is 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Santos' kick is good. And the Bears going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the 1st half.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
That's good for a Seahawks.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
He's going to take a shot down the field. That's caught! And he'll be taken down at the 10-yard line. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
First down. First down and goal to go.
Darnold. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
Smart decision there on 1st and goal. If it's not there early, don't get baited into a bad decision. Just throw it away and live for another down. Really nice decision making here. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now on 2nd and 10, Darnold again. He'll get this complete to Walker. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in the 2nd quarter. Big play coming up. 3rd and goal. To throw again is Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. This, about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Seahawks are able to get it back within a score.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here comes a return from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line has had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And That's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Open man downfield is Loveland. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Another Bears first down. A gain of 36 yards.
So, halftime here out west. Let's send it east to Scott Hansen. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one, likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Seahawks offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Walker, and he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 26. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
We'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
No gain on the play.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's done. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
The Seahawks sending out their punt team as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll work this forward to the 35. Linebacker Ernest Jones ends that play.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll go play action here with Williams. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Holston Loveland was the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Bears first down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Now a toss, left side, it's Swift. Down the sideline, past the 45. And he will be out of bounds right around the 35.
It's a gain of 22
They get 22 yards there. Good for a Bears first down.
What a good run there. That's going to put him over 100 for today's game, Mike. And it just seems as the game goes on, this guy just seems to get better and better.
On first down, they give it right back to Swift. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Big Leonard Williams brings him down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Seahawks 30-yard line.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Off play action. Here's Williams. Forced out wide. He'll run again.
Williams. A gain of 6. That's another Bears first down. It's a gain of 6.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
On first down, it's Swift. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Byron Murphy in there for a loss of 5 on the sack. And now it's 3rd down.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. In the red zone, they're thinking 6, but after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
3rd and 9. Here's Williams. This defense pinning their ears back, coming to get him again.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This will be a 46-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bears add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to see what they can do. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. In motion is Barner. On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Throwing on 2nd down, Darnold. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And 10 yards to
And this
go.
is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. And that one thrown away to the sideline. It's incomplete. It was a frustrating series. It'll bring up 4th down.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
Duvernay to return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. They'll put Loveland in motion. Here's Swift.
DeAndre Swift, the ball carrier. Devin Witherspoon on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. Another run here, another run by Swift. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
3rd down and 9. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. DJ Moore. Touchdown, Chicago.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Santos for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bears will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Seahawks 9.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Taken in right side by Barner. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And he'll be run out of bounds. That's a good gain on first down. They pick up 7 yards.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 2. On play action, here's Darnold. He'll complete it to Barner. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards.
Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll go play action with Darnold. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. The run up the middle, it's Walker. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will have the Seahawks first down. Able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
20-yard line.
So we are through 3. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Walker now gets us going here in the 4th quarter. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
And the left 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Now Darnold. That one taken in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle.
Touchdown, Seahawks. 6.
It felt like they needed a touchdown. Greg, in the worst way, after getting those early field goals to find the end zone. Big boost for this offense.
And it felt like they really needed it. As you said, Mike, to come away with 3 previous drives ending in field goals and not being able to cross it over the goal line for 6, it starts to wear on you as an offense. You start having a little doubt, saying, hey, can we finish any of these drives? Now they finally do, and we can expect this to kind of start to roll throughout the rest of this game.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Seahawks are able to cut into the deficit.
Bears 27, Seahawks 16. Jason Myers.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll try the right side with Swift. The ball comes out. And it looked like one of the Bears was able to get in there. He did, so the ball stays with Chicago.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
He'll get this underneath to Swift. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. A gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
1st down. It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Bears.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another 1st down.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
On the give, it is Mananga. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
Taken down at the 41. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Give up the middle with Swift. And he's going to pick it up, take it down inside the 35 for the 1st down.
A 7-yard gain. That's another Bears 1st down. A gain of 7.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
He gets this one to Moore. He'll get it inside the 20. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 29, and it's 1st and goal.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. Let's see if they can put this one out of reach.
And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
A play fake. Now Williams. And he's forced to just get rid of it here. Now they're going to have to regroup and try again on 3rd and goal.
Yeah, and I think that's a really smart decision. You certainly don't want to take a sack in any goal-to-go situation, or even worse, throw a pick. So understanding he still has 2 more shots at the end zone, I really like that decision.
He'll try and throw. Here's Williams. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
What a nice play defensively. It's always a bit of a challenge. How long do I stay in coverage defending my zone or my man? Or how fast do I come up and pursue a scrambling quarterback? They did a nice job rallying to the ball late. They're able to bring him down to force 4th down.
On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This, about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bears will extend their lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Seahawks offense back onto the field for their next possession. Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Every team has those vertical shots, Mike. They're on the call sheet, and they feel like they can get behind the defense. I think that was one of them, and just couldn't quite connect downfield because he had pretty good separation.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. On 2nd down, it's Darnold. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. 15-yard pickup there. 1st down, Seattle.
That's good.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Just a simple hitch route, certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and a couple. Throw here down the field. Will fall incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
Here's 3rd and 2. Darnold to throw again. Open, left side is Barner. And he's going to be out of bounds just past the marker. The ball was in the proper place for a new set of downs.
The Seahawks.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
startled to the air once more. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Bears have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
Makes sense to try to push the ball downfield, Mike, and go to the air when you find yourself trailing by this deficit. But it also makes you very predictable. You see the defense, they're in nickel personnel, extra defensive backs on the field. It gets that much harder to throw when the defense knows it's coming.
DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. They're going to be trying to play keep away in this situation. Use as much clock as possible, up a couple of scores as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Swift. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, like, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before 3rd down. To throw, it's Williams. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Forced the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
He gets this complete to Burden. And he's going to have the Bears 1st down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. Pushed out to his left.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his 1st and 2nd reads, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
Second and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's a give to Swift. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They'll go again with Swift. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Bears will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter. Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Shaheed now to return it. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense about ready to take over once more.
At their own 29-yard line.
To throw on first down is Darnold. Up brings it in left side. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to let they can punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing, Darnold. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Here's Darnold again. A throw on the move is caught. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up.
So this one, a win for the visiting Bears. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Seattle.